Hey everyone, welcome back to another Siege video. This is Tafilkin, and today we are fighting against xHELL FX and Satellite Lite. And it looks like they're running a lot of Platy Irenes and then a lot of Odin and Zenitsus. So today I'm going to be trying out a new team, which is Praline, Lushen, and Baleygr. And I'm hoping that this should be pretty safe if it's not a trap. So we'll see how it goes. The Lushen you kind of want on a Swift Lushen set, or Swift set, and Baleygr you also want on a Swift set. So the idea of the team here is Praline's going to go first and boost Lushen Baleygr, and Balegyr, whatever his name is. So let's see what happens. Yeah, so our Praline will go first, we boost up, Lushen goes second, and with Odin dying we can nuke out the rest of the team, and it looks like we have a clean win. So nice! Off to the next one. Alright, for our next hit, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to again use Praline, Lushen, and Balegyr. So Lushen is going to go again second, Balegyr is going to go third. And yeah, it should be pretty similar to before. So let's go ahead and just see what happens. Alright, so we outspeed them again. Our Lushen goes, we get the kill. Our Baleygr goes, we get the kill. It looks like a pretty easy win, so we'll head off to the next one. Alright, for our next hit, I wasn't able to grab the record it live, so here are the runes for the next hit. I think I'm doing a Manon, Manon Tetra in either Dais or Late String Master. I think it's one of those Ren Dark Vampire comps we're gonna hit. So I just wanted to show the runes off just so we could see them. And then in a second we'll switch over to the siege mode and see the actual hit. Yeah, it must be Dark Vampire because we're looking at Dongbake. So yeah, so these are the runes. Here's the siege. Let's go ahead and see the hit. So yeah, so it looks like we used Dongbake, Manon, Tetra against again the water twins, fire, Ren thing, and Dark Vampire. So this one I think was a little bit closer. I'm not sure what would have made it better. Maybe Tetra on Will, maybe 100% Tetra would have been a little bit safer. Luckily the Manon helped out a lot here, because the Manon just got a lot of stuns. Yeah, the Dark Vampire is pretty good because he pushes back. So we bring in Late String Master because we hope the Dark Vampire focuses her. But it looked like the Water Twins and Fire Ren got the defense break on the Tetra, hence the Dark Vampire focusing the Tetra. So I think this is still mostly safe. I've used it definitely before, and I'll probably use it again. But yeah, looks like we won, so nice. Off to the next one. Alright, for our next hit, we're using Mihyang, Adriana, Sonia against an Elsharion, Seara, Jeogun. Let's go ahead and just look at the speed. But yeah, so this is our typical Mihyang Sonia comp. We're gonna go in, and looks like we outspeed. Sonia's gonna go. We're gonna just snipe at the Elsharion. We're gonna snipe at the Seara. And with that down, this should be a clean win. So yeah, we'll head off to the next one. Alright, for our next hit, we're going to be using Bolverk, Windy, and Amelia against, again, a Dark Panda, Water Twins, and Fire Ren. Yeah, so I don't think I've used this Bolverk team before, but I think it should be mostly safe because, again, the Fire Ren last time got the, I guess the Water Twins Fire Ren combo got the defense break, but it should be pretty safe. Bolverk is just really strong. We're gonna focus, I think I started focusing off the Mihyang first, but that was kind of a mistake. So I think that we don't want to focus the Mihyang first, we'll just save him for last. Yeah, so yeah, the Fire Ren does pretty well. I think we just want to steal and transform. And then here, I think we want to try to, I always actually forget what Dark Panda does now. I think if you get any stuns, he triggers, but we want to hit the Ren once. And then I think at this point, we're going to sap the Water Twins, try to freeze the Water Twins. Yeah, I don't think we want to focus Dark Panda first, so we're not going to do that. Okay. And then we're just going to S1 the Water Twins. Then go for another round of just trying to get buffs for Bolverk. Looks like we made it. We got the next sap. We're going to just steal the recovery buff. We're going to focus the Water Twins with Amelia. And then try to finish off Water Twins with just a single S1, another S1, and we finally get it. And so with Water Twins down, our next target will be Ren, just because Ren will be annoying. We don't want Panda to like heal itself while Ren is taunting. So we'll focus Ren next. It should be pretty easy. Ren will always just focus Windy, so it's not really a big threat. And we hope to have Amelia always buffing immunity so that there are no defense breaks. But so with Ren out of the way, I'm going to call this a win, and I think we'll head off to the next one. Nice. Alright, for our next hit, we're going to be hitting a Carcano Dark Panda Laura, and we're going to be using our Yeonhwa Camilla Tetra team, so it should be pretty safe. I think I was talking before about how we focused Dark Panda first. I think this is the one where we actually focused Dark Panda first, which I think was also a mistake in this one too, and I'll realize it halfway through the match. But yeah, so this is our Camilla, pretty standard. We want minus Dark because Camilla will probably be getting hit a lot. Everyone's going to be getting hit a lot. I think we just kind of want minus Dark across certainly for Camilla Tetra, and minus Fire for Yeonhwa. The nice thing about Yeonhwa is Yeonhwa will be applying the armor break, which hopefully helps negate Mihyang's passive. So Mihyang in the end won't be doing a lot of damage because Yeonhwa will be negating Mihyang's passive. So it looks like, yeah, Laura does the S3, which triggers Yeonhwa's passive, so she goes into her buff stance thingy, or armor break stance thingy. Yeah, so here you can kind of see I did try to freeze Dark Panda just to try to get the passive out of the way, thinking that if there was no passive, then I could try to freeze Dark Panda the turn afterwards. But Dark Panda passive is just always up and just always there. So yeah, so here I try to freeze him again, and he uses passive again. What is this? This is crazy. So we're scratching the idea of freezing the Dark Panda because Dark Panda's stupid, and so we're gonna switch tactics, and we're gonna go for Carcano instead. And so hopefully, I'm pretty sure we'll just outlast the Ying anyway because of Yeonhwa. So hopefully here I learned my lesson. Nope, I didn't learn it yet. Yeah, see, stupid passive up again. So okay, hopefully after this I learned my lesson. We switch to Carcano. See, yeah, there we go. We switch to Carcano. We get the freeze on Carcano, and with the freeze on Carcano out, we should be able to clean him up pretty fast. He looks like he's pretty squishy. Yeah, so I think again we'll try to freeze. Doesn't really matter. I think I try to freeze the Laura because Carcano was in stance. So just try to get the slow out and freeze out on Laura, which is kind of nice. So Carcano is out of stance. We get the freeze on Carcano. Carcano's almost dead. Yeonhwa is doing wonders for taking out the Mihyang. Looks like Carcano has one hit left. The Tetra gets the kill. We'll switch our focus from the Carcano to the Laura now. Just get freezes out on the Laura. And Laura should slowly go down. But I think at this point, I'm going to call it a win because we got the Carcano down. And we can kind of see they don't really have Destroy. So it's just going to be a bit of a waiting game until they're finally dead. But yeah, so I think I'm going to call it a win. And we'll see you in the next one.
Disaster.
Alright, on to our next hit. We're hitting another Win, Zenny, Adriana, and Odin. I think I ran out of Balegyrs, so we're gonna try the tanky bruiser option instead. We're gonna use Kumar, Camilla, and Byung. So this should just pretty much always win. I think this is a pretty safe tanky option. If you need to do like research into like what is the rune builds on the enemy team, I think this is pretty safe to do. It looks like they were willed shield, not surprising. I think that's what we saw a lot before. So we're just going to try to focus out the Odin first with a random, Camilla freeze on the Adriana to prevent buffs. It looks like our Kumar was tanking really well. I think he got half health by the Odin, but still survived, so that was good. We got the Oblivion on the Odin, but he, I don't know if he procced out or if it's one turn. Either way, we got the first kill on the Odin. With the first kill on the Odin, I think our Kumar is just going to go take out Odin, and with Odin out, this should be a pretty clean win. It looks like when Zenny is about to go down, after Odin, I think, again, just kind of want to control the Adriana a little bit. I was hoping that I would Oblivion the Win Zenitsu for a faster win. Did not get the Oblivion on the Win Zenitsu, obviously, but we proc the passive, we get the next Kumar hit, and when Zenny goes down. And so with Win Zenny down, I think that's a win. So I'll see you in the next one. Alright, for our next hit, we're hitting a Lamellia, Byung, Narsha, and I just chose the Aaliyah from the Nat 5 event that just happened in the 11th year. So super excited about Aaliyah. So trying to use her a lot since I just got her. So we're gonna Feng, Aaliyah this. And I think that our first target will be the Lamellia, right? So for here, I think we just want a lot of hit points and tanky stats, and Feng Yang will just naturally do a lot of damage because Feng Yang's pretty good. So I think that here, again, I want to cleanse the defense break because Lamellia can be crazy, and so they all can be crazy. So we get provoked, which is fine because our Aaliyah didn't get provoked, so we want immunity up, and we don't really care about much else. I think the taunt and provoke is kind of fine, or what is that? The taunt and brand is kind of fine. The defense break is scarier, so we try to cleanse and see what we get. I think we got the brand off, and we took a turn and got the defense break off. So again, we want to focus Lamellia because I think that she's the scariest with her S2. So it looks like Lamellia is almost down, which is pretty good. So I think in the next hit from our Feng Yang, Lamellia will go down. We proc, which is super good. I don't think we needed it, but nice to secure the kill. So with Lamellia down, we want to focus Narsha, get Narsha out of defense stance because she can defense break. Then it looks like I switch targets to Byung, again because there should be no more defense break, and with no more defense break, it should be much safer. So I'm definitely a lot less scared of the Narsha, this team with no defense break. So Byung goes down, Narsha is just left alive, and we finish her off, and that should be a clean win. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Alright, for our next hit, I think I was in the middle of leveling up another Lushen for this. I only had 2 Lushens before, so I think right now this was my 3rd Lushen as of this recording. So we just got our 3rd Lushen up and running, again out of Balegyrs 2. So we're going to use Carlos instead, which I think is pretty equivalent as well. So it's going to be a similar idea, except this time we don't need a Swift set on, we had a Swift set on the Balegyr. This time we're going to use just a full damage set on our Carlos. And so other than that, it's going to be a similar idea where we boost up. We're going to boost up, we're going to S3 with the Lushen. We're going to get the 2 kills, which is pretty good. Carlos is going to proc, he's going to get his passive. With Odin at 0 stacks, I think it's pretty safe that we can just kill the Win Zenny since it's passive popped. And then Carlos will go again and kill the Odin. and it looks like it's a good win. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one too. Alright, for our next hit, we are going to be doing another Water Twins Ren. Is it Cadiz? I think it's Cadiz. And we're going to use Tetra, Amber, and Light String Master this time, which is what we used before. But yeah, so very similar concept. So instead of Manon, we have Amber, who also just does a lot of AoE damage, which is pretty nice. I actually don't think I changed anything since the last hit we did in terms of like Tetra or Light String Master. This time it looks like we got the brand on the Light String Master, which is ideal because we want her being hit and not our Tetra. So yeah, so with that done, I think I went ahead and went for the Ren here. It didn't really matter so much, but the pushback from the Cadiz was totally fine on the Light String Master because we never want Light String Master to take a turn anyway. So yeah, we just cleanse when we have to. Otherwise, we're gonna try to just kill the Ren because of the pushbacks, the random, I think AoE pushbacks and whatnot, and the taunt. So looks like the Ren is almost dead. Our Light String Master's taking some damage, but they're all also almost dead. So with that, we get the double kill on the Water Twins and the Ren, and it should be easy win for the rest. And so I think with Cadiz dying, we get our 10 wins against xHELL FX, which is pretty good. So yeah, thanks all for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one and in tournament soon. But yeah, take care. Peace.